So that testing and the pressing situation, the press is getting through hard times. Like the testing is the hard times, but the pressing is getting through hard times. Because if you realize, and me from my experience, going through things that I've gone through, when I really went through it and endured it, the way I came out on the other side is no explanation for it. It was amazing. But the moments when I cheated, you could tell I cheated. Like, you could tell my finger got burned a little bit. You could tell it was tainted.
Let's take it back.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Looks good. Your girls are back. This is your girl, Errineisha.
And Shardae is in the building.
Oh, now you Chardonnay?
I'm Shardae today.
Girl, I'm so sick of you with these names.
Somebody kept calling me Shardae.
But I didn't even know you like that. You like that?
I don't like
Well,
it.
why would you call yourself something you don't like?
Somebody was calling me Shardae, and I said, wait,
girl here.
that's not my name. No, Shardae is in the building.
Shardae,
actually.
that's what I thought. That's the one I want to see. Shardae can't come up in here. Shardae need a pass. Where's your pass, niece?
That's cute. That's cute.
Oh,
I hope y'all had a great week. It has truly been an awesome week for us. Challenging, of course, but nonetheless, we had a great time just continuing to get in the posture and place so we could bring more great content. So today it's just us.
Just us.
Just
Whoop,
us
whoop.
in the building. And we are...
I get excited. Say that one more time.
What?
Today is what?
Just us.
Just us. Just us. Just us.
She been a singing machine, y'all.
I have.
All day
That just
long.
us has a ring to it. Not saying that we don't love our guests. We love our guests so
We
much.
love
but it's
the
just
guests.
fun sometimes when it's just me and my girl up in this thing.
You heard me?
What's down with it?
So, yeah, it's just us in here, but we have literally been through the ringer. And so the topic for today is totally befitting for just us
Yes.
at this point.
I mean, I think we kind of talked about it one of the previous podcasts of us talking about us having to go through a real testing situation.
Testing.
And I kind of wanted to, people don't even know what testing means. Like, I kind of wanted to go into that a little bit. Testing the pressing is actually the name and topic. I felt like it was very fitting for the stories that we have on today. And hopefully it could encourage some of y'all out there, because I know, look, some days you don't feel like being on top, but you just don't feel like being on top of your game. Some days you just don't feel like being bothered with your children. Sometimes you don't feel like going to work. Sometimes you don't feel like going to church. Sometimes you don't even feel like picking up your phone or getting out of bed. That's just life. Let's be real about it. Can we be real?
Let's be real.
Can we tell our sister truth?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought so. I thought it was building essential sisters truths over here. That's what we're doing. But sometimes you just don't want to go with the mood of everything. You just want to be to yourself, or
in
just
your bed watching movies.
Yeah. You just want to enjoy that time.
Cream. Listen.
So some days you don't want to like
chips.
press through the test. But I just wanted to look up the definition of a test on today. So I wanted to be extra brainy and cute or whatever, because it's cute for me. It says a procedure intended to establish the quality, performance, or reliability of something, especially before it is taken into widespread use. Whoa.
That was a lot. Can
Like,
I get the layman's terms, please?
oh, wait, no. I'm still stuck on the part when it says a procedure to establish the quality performance. Establish
Okay.
the quality of performance. So
Okay.
you're going through these tests
Okay.
to establish
Okay.
how you're going to respond.
Okay.
Your performance is the response, right?
Okay.
So I was like, dang. That kind of make your perspective change a little bit about certain situations and things that you just handle in life the way that you do.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta do the
Quote us
quotes.
up. Quote us up.
So
I'm
the
about to say
quote
that.
of the day is, before we go back into test, this kind of makes me think about this too. The quote of the day is, the ultimate test of faith is not how loudly you praise God in happy times, but how deeply you trust him in the dark times. Whoa. That kind of go hand in hand together. Think
You're
about
real
it.
deep today.
I'm so deep.
You're
like
real deep
I'm
today.
ocean deep. Take me deeper than my feet would ever wander. Let me walk upon the water in the presence of my Savior. I'm sorry.
Well, listen, she has been a singing machine. Y'all may never hear her. I'm not going to even say that.
Don't say that.
Y'all going to hear her sing on every podcast because she has literally, the floodgates have opened.
Yes,
the rivers are flowing.
Yes.
Okay. Obedience is better than sacrifice. When you're obedient, God will really unleash you into the world. Okay. So listen, y'all stay tuned because she building up this little movement right here that's happening. So don't take this moment for granted. But okay, so the ultimate tester phase, what we're talking about, right? Well, we're talking about testing and oppressing, but we're saying unless we go deep where she went into the water in her singing.
Come on out in the water. The water is cold.
Listen.
But the water will wash your itty bitty soul. I just made that up.
And she have lyrics.
Take me to the water.
She got bars. Go to the beat.
Take me to the water. Take me to the water and baptize me.
Listen, if you want to get baptized today.
I quit, y'all. I'm just cutting up. But no, let's go back to that testing situation. That test, hold up, let me get back to the definition because I'm about to be all over the place. It says, hold up. It says a test, a procedure intended to establish the quality of performance. And it says reliability.
So
Wow.
off the top of my head, if I had to come up with my own definition.
Oh, yeah, big, y'all. Let me stop. I'm just
Listen. So if I had to come up with my own definition, I would say a test is a tool that's used to evaluate your level of knowledge
Okay.
at this point.
Okay.
So
So tell us how you've been being tested these past days.
listen.
Because everybody could get tested, but ain't everybody pressing it. Ain't everybody passing. Come on.
Come on and pass the test.
She talking about I'm saying though. Look at her.
Listen, but no, it has truly, it's not like, how could I put this? The tests are difficult, but I would lie if I would be saying I didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Right? So they have those moments where we're being tested and we like, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know the answer. And then there's those moments where we know we're being tested and we like, I know this the right thing, but I'm going to do this because this is what I want to do.
And tell them about like they probably don't. I say looker, but they probably don't even think you could be getting a test while you driving in your car. I'm telling you, that person at the red light who flicking the bird at you, you getting tested because you just told God you wanted to be patient. You just said, look, I need a little more patience.
That's true.
I need a little more Jesus. I'm trying to do a little more better in my life. And that person get to that red light and they flick you off because they think you done crossed them wrong when they have swerved over into your lane. Come on. That's a word.
Wait a minute. You sound a little upset.
My bad. No.
You sound like you had an encounter.
I'm just saying.
A little road rage over there. But listen, I don't have road rage. So I don't honestly like... It really, like, I know people that will really, like, follow people, jump in front of them, cut them off. I have family and friends like that. I'm not going to even say y'all name, but y'all know who y'all are. But listen, I don't have that kind of road rage. And I think part of that is just, I don't know. I just like, whatever. But I do have moments where I hate people test my intelligence. Mm-hmm. You ever have a conversation and somebody's saying something to you, and when people think that I'm dumb,
it look like you getting mad,
or that I don't have discernment, and I'm just like, stop playing with me because I can't. I literally just won't turn their vocal cords off. and throw them in the trash.
Yikes.
But that's not good. That's not good.
That's
but
not even cute though.
That's super cute when you trying to shut the thing off that's irritating you. Oh. But we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to be loving and kind, and we're supposed to have temperance and self-control and all of those wonderful things. Supposed to. So that's how we know you. Let me tell you, you're in a test, because how do you know when you're in a test, right? You're in a test
when they close the door and it's quiet.
When there's this moment where you feel like I probably was supposed to do something different, are you asking yourself, I know I'm supposed to do this, but man, I'm not feeling I want to do this. So whenever you get to that supposed to do moment, then you in a test. You're being tested.
Wow, thank you for telling me that. I think I just failed one.
I think people need to know that. Like, how do you? Because some people don't even know that they're being tested.
Wow, I think I just failed. Not today, but I just failed the other day.
Listen.
When you have that moment where you're sitting there thinking like, I know I'm supposed to be doing this, but I want to do this. That's when
you get to that supposed to be moment, whether it's I'm supposed to be doing this or
y'all hearing this?
Listen, you're in a test.
That's good info.
You're in a test. You're in a test.
Wow.
You're in a test. But, okay, when I go through different tests, how I go through, I know matters to God. And I know when I'm in the test, and I know I don't want to do it again. So what stops me from rebelling in the test is that moment when I say, all right, I really want to do this. But then I think about it. If you ever had a makeup test, the makeup test is way harder. They had this one time. Wow. I was really cool with my teacher, my professor. I'm going to leave this right here. The test wasn't hard. It wasn't as hard as the other tests. I know that off GP, and I appreciate you for showing love to me. All right. I'm done. I have all my degrees, though. So that's done. But I'm saying there were moments where, makeup tests are usually harder than other tests, than the first test that was given. So if you fail that first test, or you don't do well on that first test, and you like, can I do a makeup test, or can I get the extra credit? It's usually harder. So have you had to have a makeup test?
Yes, I have.
Did you pass the makeup?
I probably didn't. As I'm thinking about it, like as you said that, I feel so bad. I'm like, wait, I think that was a test too.
Listen.
Oh my goodness. Even when it come down to food, y'all, when I'm like, I know I'm not supposed to have this after 8. But I like for me, y'all, and a lot of people don't know this, but I really have a weakness, and I've been away from it for a long time, but I really have a weakness for like the caramel bugles. Like, I really do, and I've strayed from them for such a long time because I know how addictive I can get to them. Like, you haven't even seen me with them, right?
You haven't had them in a while.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't had them in a long time, probably since I was working at the other job. Like, I probably haven't had them since then. But it's
you had them this year.
Sickness. It's a sickness that you just can't. Anyway, but to know that a test is that very thing that you like, I know I'm supposed to be doing this, but I want to do this. Anytime you want to do something over what's right, that's a test.
A test.
Thank you for telling me that. That's putting me on.
So how many? Damn. So the last makeup test you had to take. Let's talk about it.
Oh, well.
Because whenever you fail a test, God sends it back around. And that's what keep me like on a straight and narrow most of the time. I'm like, man, I'm going to have to come back and do this. And if you have to come back and do it, that means you don't get a chance to progress to the next grade. So I always think about, how everybody else passing and everybody else like at the promotional exercise, and then you like can't go, they give you like a fake certificate because they don't want the people to know that you really failed like that. So I'm like, okay, when was the last time you had a makeup test? And did you pass it? And what was it about?
Wait. See, this girl is a mess. Like, people don't know this side of her.
We are building essential sister truth.
So listen, I'm going to just be completely honest with y'all. All right, I had to be completely very transparent. Through my walk, I had a real bad problem with manipulation on a whole nother level because I was brought up in like sales and stuff. Like, I was always taught that you get what you want. You just have to learn how to word your mouth. Come on. And then even as I started walking my journey, people like, ask God to word your mouth. Ask God to word your mouth. So all in that, all the way, I just was like, dang, even they know I'm suffering with manipulation some type of way. So, but my mouthpiece that I have
She has a mouthpiece.
It was a manipulative mouthpiece. Like, I would use this mouth to get anything that I wanted. I could use my words to twist and turn anything and make you feel bad after I finish telling you how down bad you are. And it's probably something that I did.
It's always something she did.
Could you stop?
I'm just saying.
Thanks. But the last test that I had to take, retake was, of course, I can be very transparent. With me, I had a real horrible manipulation of men. I would manipulate men into giving me whatever I wanted, just by saying the right words. So this is real transparency.
Super transparent.
So, like,
tell your truth.
I would, like, in order to be able to get, like, whatever I wanted, whether it's financially, material things, whatever, I would just have to send out one text and I can get whatever I want. Like, just if I even say, hey, I want this, I want that. But what if you're in a place where God's telling you to cut communication with the person and telling you that type of life that you've lived of asking anybody for anything is no longer your story, leave it alone.
Right.
But that manipulative side of you, or that part of you where you're going through a test and you need to press through it so you can get the result on the other end, you fail it because you're like, God, you're not coming as fast as I want you to, so I gotta take this step on my own.
Right.
And let's talk about the trouble that gets you in. Jesus, help me. But it was me being put in a place where I needed something at the time, and I wasn't willing to wait on God like I needed to. And I did something that I shouldn't have, like sent out a text and asked for something. And before it could get to me, I was like, I had already failed the test because I already sent the text. The test was, don't send this text. I want to send this text, but I'm not really supposed to. That was the test. So I failed that part. But I got to do the rematch. When it was coming in, I denied it. So that part,
and you picked it back.
I fumbled and picked it back up. Come on, football.
Come on, pick it back up.
So, like, I actually was able to deny it. So I think that was a big step for me, being that normally I would just be like, look, it's already on its way. I might as well go ahead and take it. Like, it's good. But the other side was of me that I'm supposed to be doing better was like, nah, that's not your story, sis. Like, it's time for you to cut all ties. And God will really humble you and make you get into certain situations just to see if you gonna trust him, or if you like, God, my ways have changed. I'm better. You can trust me with A, B, C, and D. Like, Lord, I promise. You know how you won't say I promise. Lord, I promise you I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And soon as it come, you like, promises out the door. Lord, you didn't come what I want. Like, he owe you something. I ain't come with you. You ain't come what I wanted you to come. Now I gotta do this because this gonna help me while I'm in this place that I'm in. So let's talk about that. Like, how do you press your way through those hard times? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I call those moments. I call those moments cheating on the test.
Ooh.
Because literally, it's like I'm technically gonna like walk, which I'm technically gonna walk this test out, but it's just a little part of it. Cause this is the thing, even when it's a problem, right? You don't necessarily like, you ever did a little moment where you're like, all right, God, I'm just gonna help you out a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna try to do the whole thing, but I'm just gonna do this part, right? Yes. So I feel like that was part of. So you'd be like, I'm just gonna help with this little part. So you like, all right, I'm just gonna do this little part. And so that little part, like, you know how you listen, I've never cheated on. I was always too afraid to get put out of school to cheat on the test. But in the event that I've seen people cheat on tests very horribly, though, I'm like, you don't even know how to do it right. But
she don't like to do it though.
I'm not getting put out because I'm not getting put out. But if I needed to, I could have, but I wasn't. And then at the time that I was in law school, I really was like for real walking with guys. So I was like, I'm not about to play myself because I can't tell people to have integrity and then I don't have integrity. So for me, I was more scared of God like making me flunk or something, to be like, I'm gonna give you an F for playing with me type of thing. Not even worried about what the teacher was saying, but God was calling me to a different level of integrity. And so I was like, man, all right, I'm just gonna have to go in, and if he let me fail, he gonna let me get back in law school.
Wow.
That's kind of the walk I had with him with that. But back to what we were talking about. So there's these moments where you have to be like, all right, I'm gonna help you out a little bit just on this side right here. And some people feel like if I only ask somebody for like one answer, that's not cheating. I took the rest of the test myself. I only got one answer. Like, how you try to like manipulate the convo. You like, it was only one answer. And so then you say stuff like in your kind of situation, you might be like, I needed 1,000. I only asked for 500. Just
that part.
Stupid stuff like that. And it's like,
girl,
wait.
you even tapped in my text messages? I just said,
but you really, you start telling yourself like, this not that bad. That's when you cheating on the test. When you say this not that bad what I'm doing, and it's bad, period, and you like, no, this not that bad.
And let me tell y'all, that used to be my favorite words.
I hated
about
it.
A week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, that was my favorite set of words.
Like Monday, more like it.
Stop playing with me. Let me tell y'all that today is Friday. Well, we Friday from NOLA, but no, seriously, like that would be my favorite word, saying, look, it's not that bad. If you got to say it's not that bad, then it's bad. A part of it's bad, and a part of it's bad. You already got it premeditated in your mind that it's bad. So when somebody asks you, you going to manipulate it and say, it ain't that bad because because I'm telling you, like, I used to do this and I used to do this that way, but I'm not doing it like that no more. I got a better way to do it. You got a better way to do it. What?
You're not supposed to be doing it at all.
At all. So that testing and the pressing situation, the press is getting through hard times. Like the testing is the hard times, but the pressing is getting through hard times. Because if you realize, and me from my experience, going through things that I've gone through, when I really went through it and endured it, the way I came out on the other side is no explanation for it. It was amazing. But the moments when I cheated, you could tell I cheated. Like, you could tell my finger got burned a little bit. You could tell it was tainted. You could tell that I didn't go through the full process. It's kind of like how they talked about an egg. Mm-hmm. Like, if you don't boil the egg properly, you feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or the fact you don't let something fully bake in the oven. Right. You pull it out the oven and the middle still soft. Right. Or when you boiling the egg and you don't let the egg go through the whole process of boiling. When you open it, the yolk is still yolky.
It'll be like premature blessing. And that's horrible. Like, and like, even if the people around you may not know, you like, dang, this should have been this, and this is just this, and it's not even worth what I did to get this.
And it's a level of compromising
on another level.
If you testing through the pressing, if you taking the test, it's not for you to compromise. The whole point of you taking this test is because something else that needs to be drawn out of you. What is it? I am sending you through this procedure that's intended to establish the quality of your performance, the quality of your response, right. The quality of how you're going to respond under this pressure, right. The quality. I want to see, like you said, the knowledge. I'm testing your knowledge. I've given you all the knowledge that I've given you. Now you say you're ready when you're praying. I'm ready. I think I can do this. I think I do this. Mm-hmm. Now I'm putting you through the test to test your knowledge, not for you to cheat, but for me to test your quality of how you're going to respond to this test.
And the real to keep it 100, when you're in that space and you willing to cheat, the word not in you like you think it is. Because the more you really sit in the word and meditate on the word, the more it builds up your faith and trust in that it's going to really happen.
But they got some people who really don't even know what the word is. So
right. So
they
have those moments where when we not, this with anything though, like legit, like not even just spiritual things, right? Just in natural
regular stuff.
Like if you're not studying, if you're not preparing for the test, it doesn't matter when the test come. Your teacher could come and say, "I got a pop test." Like life give pops tests all the time,
quizzes.
like pop quizzes
Yes.
all the time. And if you're not ready for what's going to come your way, it's going to catch you off guard. And if it catches you off guard, you're going to end up, being discouraged. You're going to end up, so we talked about cheating on the test, right? And not doing the right thing, like failing tests. But there are moments where you're really trying to do the right thing and you're really trying to press. And even in the press, you just get discouraged and you just give up on the test. Yeah. So you ever seen those moments where you sit in the class and somebody like literally leave like 5 minutes after the paper was passed out and you like, oh, they must have wrote their name and was like, I don't know it, I'm done. They like not even trying.
Yeah.
Not even trying. Or if you know you didn't study, like some people say, man, I didn't study, I'm not even gonna fake it. And other people are like, I'm gonna try to say something to get a little some point somewhere, right? And then they have those people who walk out and say, I know I didn't study, I know I'm not prepared, and I'm done. And they just walk out on a situation. And the thing about it is, even in your moments where you don't feel like you prepare for it, or even if you feel like you prepare but it's too difficult of a test, because sometimes you have those tests where teachers, you ain't even talk about this in class and you putting all this on the exam. Like, what are you doing? And so they have those moments, but life have those moments where you haven't encountered certain levels of hardship yet. You may not know what it's like to stretch $50 in a week because that's never been your story, right? So to get to that point, you're taking the test that you've never been prepared to take. But in those moments, you gotta trust that if you in it, there's this instinct that we all have, and by nature, we have the ability to get ourselves out of situations and circumstances. Absolutely. Like we have that type of strength in us. And so if you can just prepare your mind, not even worrying about what's on the paper, not even worrying about what life has in front of you, if you can prepare your mind to say, don't give up, stay in it until you see a different result, or keep pushing and keep pressing. I think that's what people, when your mind go left, it's either you're going to cheat, it's either you're going to sign your name on the paper and walk out, or you're going to stand in a place where you're going to hope that God will do it for you through grace and mercy. And because you can't fight no more. But we got to trust that when all of those things going down, in my mind, like going left and going right, that, and I'm going to give a personal testimony because that'll make more sense. So, all right.
We're waiting.
Let's see.
We getting personal here. Y'all getting a real
just a little bit. So I'll go kind of low key where you went with it.
She walked through that low key.
low key where you went with it. So if, like, for instance, I was in a situationship, and in the situationship, someone spoke over the situationship, right? And they spoke a word over it. And I was like, oh, for real? I didn't know that was that. So we both walked away. Like, now in my mind, I'm like, I think God wanted me to walk away from this situation. I don't think I'm supposed to be in it. But because of what was spoken over it, it kind of clouded my judgment, and I kind of was more confused about it. Wow. So I'm like, because they have those times where God testing you, and you like, all right, if I'm being tested, I need to walk away, possibly. But then you kind of have those conversations with God, and you like, well, am I supposed to technically walk away from the situation in this capacity? Can we still be cool? Like we try to just finesse around what God said. And so in that moment, I was like, well, I don't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do because I was confused at the time. And I didn't press in for an answer. Because part of pressing through the testing is pressing not to get past it, but to also get the encouragement you need to get out of it. Right? That's what you pressing into. You pressing in the word. You pressing through speaking positive affirmations. You pressing to get out of the situation. Yeah. In my situation, I wasn't pressing because I knew I was being tested, but I didn't have a made up mind if I wanted to pass the test. Or I didn't have a made up mind as to how to pass the test. Mm-hmm. Because now I'm confused because I have more than one teacher. I wasn't even going out. But now I have more than one teacher. So now, as God telling me this is a test, I have somebody over here to my left telling me that this is another kind of test and you need to stay. And I have God saying, I done told you to leave. I'm not repeating myself. And so now I have two teachers. And now I'm confused because I'm listening. I got a God on one shoulder and another teacher on the other shoulder. And I'm like, oh, well, God must have sent you to give me clarity.
Were they saying the same thing?
No, they were saying two different things.
Well,
but I thought, listen. I thought I didn't hear clearly from God. I'm like, oh, maybe I misunderstood what God was saying. Maybe he was saying I could stay in it as long as I stay in it with the intention of it going to in this direction. You see how you play with yourself?
Wow.
I had to confuse myself. You look confused too. Like I had to mess up my own self. Like for real. Because
I'm like, wait.
Because I'm really sitting in it like
walked away from a marriage, sis?
Listen.
How?
Listen. But I'm saying that to
you.
say because when you in situations, sometimes it's not that you don't want to get out of it. You get confused in the test.
Yeah.
And you get confused because you hearing from too many people about how to pass the test. And you're not following the person who taught on the exam, who taught you this information in the first place. So in that situation, I literally was like, I don't know what to do, so I did nothing. Now that cost me a whole lot of something. But I did nothing in the midst of it. And then, of course, with me not doing anything, the person following the second word from the other person that was spoken over the situation, and they like, okay, we supposed to be doing A, B, C, D. And I'm like, all right. And I'm literally not doing that. I'm like, I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no. I'm just like staying still. Like hands up, Lord, move it out the way. And God like, nah, I already told you to move. And I'm like, if I'm scared that whatever, if I go left, I'm going to fail. If I go right, I'm going to fail. I'm just going to stand still. And in the midst of me standing still, I still failed.
Wow. So that goes to show y'all, like, you will get tested in so many different areas of your life. You will get tested on your job, with your children, with your spouse, with your family. You're going to be put to so many different tests. And the best way to respond when your level of quality of performance is being tested, the best way to respond is in love. Literally.
I think
literally.
When we talking about purpose, we have to be careful with how we're tested. Mm-hmm. Because God is going to test you to see if you're going to trust him and walk what he tell you to walk and do what he tell you to do and not trust family and friends.
Right.
And so that's another kind of test. God will test whether or not you will follow him or follow people. Mm-hmm. And in that kind of situation, it was decisions that I made even as a young age. I've always made my mind up about what I wanted. Mm-hmm. And so, but when other people, like, you know, your mother or your grandmothers or, you know, other people that have influence over your life, your parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles or whoever you look up to, professors, teachers, mentors, all of those people, they have influence over your life. When they have influence over your life, you have to make a decision as to whether or not you're going to follow them or follow God. And I think that's a difficult thing that we do when we're talking about testing in the present. We stand in a place where we saying, God, I trust you. But if we really trust him, you'll really go for you'll press past the opposition that's coming from people saying you're not good enough, from people saying I don't see it from you, from people saying I know you said you want to do this, but I'm not really sure if that's what you should be doing, or people saying, well, I see this for you, I don't see that for you, or people saying I don't see none of the above for you. And then people not even like, you have to really, really, really press past all of the naysayers, press past all of the doubters, press past all of the unbelievers that's around you, press past the people that are afraid to believe on a level you believe in, press past the people that don't have the kind of faith that you have to know that God is able to do this. You asking God for this. I'm not asking for that because I see that he can do this. You have to press past all of that. And you have to, that's a huge test that is right before God doing anything great in your life. Amen.
I think that's a great way to put it. I mean, I I've said, I had so many of my own experiences, and I wish that I knew. I know people always say it's like old times. I wish I knew then what I know now, and to know that in it we're not in it alone. And in order to know when you're in a test, you ask for direction. And the greatest thing about this is, just as we've spoken in many other podcasts, is just having the right people around you, the right encouragement, the right uplifting, the right support.
That's how you pass.
Because even when you can't see the test, there's people who are around you, who are close and connected to you, that should be able to know, to be able to be wise counsel. Or if they're not being wise counsel, they'll be able to direct you and say, look, I think you need to talk to God about that. Just a voice of reason. You need that around you at all times, period, Pooh.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, period, Pooh. Period. But no, seriously,
I'm not about to play with you.
I'm just saying, like, you need
that makes a difference in your test.
Yeah.
When you sit and you hear wise counsel, when you actually take the test, you stand in a place, in a position where you can, you have those people playing in your head. Literally, when I'm taking a test, I have the people that I know would cheer me on. Because you have the other stuff saying, this might not work, you're not going to get it right, you're going to fail, or this is not going to be what you think it should be, all of that kind of stuff, right? And this morning, we had to actually go and encourage somebody else for another event who was feeling discouraged because she didn't see the numbers or the things that she wanted to see. And I'm like, this part right here is you having to trust God and know that no matter what numbers look like, no matter what you think it is, you got to trust that God will do the exceedingly abundantly part. And this is him testing your faith to see if, based off people responses or based off what you think you're sitting automatically feeling defeated before it even gets started.
So the whole point of this is go by what you hear from him.
And wise counsel.
That is a voice of him, though, honestly. The wise counsel is a voice of him. So go by what you hear and not what you think. Normally what we think ain't always right, and it doesn't go hand in hand with what we hear. Like I've said, so many different experiences that I could sit on this and tell y'all all day about how many times I failed, how many times I've stumbled out, how many times I really had to press through the test, and it was not easy. Like, it's never really easy, honestly, especially when you're going through the test and it's testing your knowledge to be able to bring you to the next level. If you're trying to go to the next level, you kind of don't want it to be easy, because if the next level is the same stuff that's going on this level is in the next level, then I'm good on it. That means I haven't really gone anywhere, really. You call it the next level, but it's not really the next level. The next level should come with more obstacles. It should
fighting
it should be something to push and birth something else out of you, birth more strength, birth more power, birth more courage, birth more boldness, and birth more faith. So that's really all I have for y'all today. I just want to constantly keep encouraging y'all to always be your best, and also just remember to ask questions. It's always good. Listen, in order to be able to pass a test, before the test, what you doing in class? Asking questions, because you want to make sure the questions that you have are answered before you even go into it, right? That part. Even for the pop quizzes, like, I feel like the knowledge is already given. Just like God, he gives warnings before destruction. That's the word. Come on, that's the word. Does he? Does he give instructions?
Caution.
And warning. Exactly.
It's huge caution. Like, it's like caution.
Exactly. And he don't play no games.
Caution.
Exactly.
Caution.
Stop playing this girl here, but no.
And he also sends wise counsel to say caution, and you still playing. He
Wrong
like
turn.
Caution.
Dead end. Let's talk about dead end. Oh my God. That's another podcast. But we just look, guys, as y'all can see, we're not perfect. We live in an imperfect world with imperfect people. It is God's job to perfect the things that he wants to perfect in us. At the end of the day, it's all about him. We are just being vessels and used to build us and empower you, or building us to empower us as women. So our prayer is that you guys continue to move forward in everything that you're going in, that you're in right now, and to know y'all not any by yourself, and to keep pressing.
Press past the things that pinch you, that pop you, that slap you.
Out.
Press past all of that. Don't let that stuff irritate you and get you off your game. That's what it's for. It's to irritate you. But no, before we close out, as you may have heard on another podcast, we wanted to continue these affirmations. Yes. We wanted to continue to uplift and encourage one another. And when you're being tested and you in the fire, you need to have something in your inside, in your gut, to continue, because they have a song called Encourage Yourself.
Yes.
We love wise counsel. We love people, sister friends, and all of those great things that help us and uplift us. But when you actually taking the test, it's you, your mind, and God. And so you need to sit and say, what do I have on the inside of me that can help encourage me when I go into these places, because we have to go into those places.
So we're going to do 4 affirmations apiece, and we want you guys, as we're lifting them up, you're lifting them up wherever you are. Take a moment back, and the words that we're speaking, let it be the edification coming from your mouth and filling up your spirit at this time, wherever you are, in your bathroom, in your car, walking your dog to the park, changing your baby, making on your way to work, wherever you are. We want you to take a moment to speak life into yourself and really believe what it is that you're saying at this time. This has been Testing and Oppressing, y'all, and these are our affirmations for this week. I am committed.
I am winning.
I am planting good seeds.
I am moving forward.
I am reaping the harvest.
I am growing.
I will pass every test that is sent my way.
I am a conqueror.
I am the head and not the tail.
I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
And we are building us to empower us. This has been amazing, guys.
Love y'all.
We just want to say we love you. And we will see you guys again, or hear you guys again, or you guys will hear from us again on next week. We love ya.
See y'all soon. Hear y'all soon.
Let's take it back.
So, guys, we want to thank you again for listening to the best podcast where we are building essential sister truths. We are your hosts,
Errineisha Taylor
and Shardae Womack. We want you to follow us, subscribe, post, and share.
And guys, continue to love on us. You can find us on Facebook at Building Essential Sister Truths, and on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, Best Network Live. We love you guys.
And we're building us
to empower us.
See you soon.
See ya.